What's up, Blade fam? So today I wanted to take you guys around the neighborhood and teach you or show you things that maybe you should be aware of if you're somebody that's out like exploring their neighborhood. You know, during this time, some of us are a little limited on what we're able to go and do, so it seems like rollerblading is now trending. People are going out and rollerblading to exercise during this pandemic. So I thought it'd be a great time to do a video to help people in this process. So if you're somebody that's just getting into rollerblading or are an experienced rollerblader and are out skating sidewalks, suburban areas, or trails, this video will be for you. I'm going to teach you some of the things that you should be aware of, different ways of stopping on different terrain, and also keeping an eye out for some maybe fun things that you can do while out skating in your suburban area. Without further ado, let's get into it. So one of the things real quick before we head out, from an experienced rollerblader, always pack your shoes with you. I can't stress how many times I've been in this situation where it starts raining or I need to get into a building or just something really odd happens and I don't have my shoes with me. So trust me, just pack your shoes with you just in case. You never know when something may change and you need your shoes with you. I'm gonna do a whole video later this week on what I carry in my skate bag, but for now, just bring your shoes with you and let's get strolling. The things that it's very natural to the environment of suburban skating is, of course, really grimy grounds. So when you're cruising on the sidewalks, you kind of have to have some awareness to the surfaces that you're skating. Sometimes the ground is really smooth if you're in a nice neighborhood, or in other neighborhoods the ground is somewhat unpredictable. So when you're first going out and exploring your neighborhood, you want to be aware and take mental notes of what the ground is like or what surface changes may appear along the way. So if you're skating and you come across kind of a gravel rock pit, of course you want to do your best to avoid it. Sometimes you might be going fast enough, you can jump right over it. Other times it's best to kind of veer off to the side. It's up to you. The situations will always be different. That's the beauty of going out and just rollerblading, is it's kind of like a meditation. It takes you out of your thought processes. For example, right now, all the stress that's being involved with people being laid off, this, that, this. But when you're out skating, all of that goes away. You have to be aware of your environment. So by being aware, you are practicing awareness, which is meditation. Being aware. All right, so let's get going. Okay, so here we've made it another 100 feet and we have a new random obstacle. Minus the bottle left in the street, we're gonna pick this up. This could be like some kid's sippy cup. We're here at a curb. So for us experienced rollerbladers, we're like, yo, it's a curb, why are we stopping? For somebody that's used to skating like in a skate rink, a curb can be a game changer. So I'm talking to you. As you're approaching a curb, you've got two options. One, jump it, or two, swivel turn. Check out my how to stop video. I talk about swiveling. So you'll come up and just swivel. Quick rundown on how to swivel is just one foot in front of the other in this position as you're creating momentum, and you swivel. So it keeps you safe. The second option, which is a little bit more on the extreme side, is to jump it. Let's go get it. And of course, if you're not comfortable with swivel stopping or jumping, you can come to a traditional T-stop and step down the curb and continue on your way. Woo. Another thing that comes with suburban areas is these hills. That's where the exercise comes in. Really good exercise skating up these hills. Nice cardio. All right, let's go. Whew, this is some grit. So again, it's part of the adventure is finding different terrain or surfaces, and as you're going along, in this neighborhood, things are rough. We're gonna walk our way up to this sidewalk and hopefully make it to the park before this rain happens. So when you're on this type of terrain, a side-to-side step is kind of good. Now I'm on aggressive inline skates, so my wheel diameter is pretty small, so I'm getting choked up on a lot of these little rocks and cracks. If you're on fitness or recreational skates, you'll be breezing past this stuff, not a problem. I'm on 60mm USD Aeon Nick Lomax skates. I got a nice hard wheel in there, so it's able to take this beating, but it's definitely not a fitness skate. Back to the smooth. Correct. So if you're catching momentum or speed coming down a slope or a hill, one of the options that you can do is kind of open up and get a wider stance. That kind of puts like a restriction. I guess you're not as aerodynamic. Anyway, it does slow you down, and you can come out into a driveway. You know, stay safe. You don't want to get to that point where you're ripping through and uncontrolled in an unknown area, because you don't know what obstacles may lay before you. It could be a backed up car, it could be a trash can, it could be a gnarly crack in the sidewalk. So figure out your neighborhood and your suburban area before you start bombing and ripping down really fast. Ooh. So there's another option you can do. We found a really smooth, newly paved road. Rode down the hill, caught a little speed. As you're coming down, utilize the width of the road. Now right now it's a little easier because, you know, with all the and everybody with stay-at-home orders, the roads are not as busy. Now if you're in a urban area where it is busy, make sure you have a spotter or somebody with you to let you know if traffic's coming down the street. By no means should you be going out rollerblading down the street. Wear gear, helmet, and such. Stay safe. As you're coming down, so you can see down there we have a stop sign. So instead of roasting my skate by dragging it to stop, I chose to utilize the width of the street and make a half circle swivel, go back up towards the direction that you're coming from. That lessens your speed and momentum and helps you stop safely. Instead of dragging your skate or power sliding, by all means those things will work, but they will put some damage on the shell of the skate. All right. Another option that you have might not be the favorite when it comes to neighbors, is to run out in the grass. If you are losing control or gaining too much momentum and speed, you always have the option to bail out on a grass. Like I said, neighbors might not like you for it, but I don't think they'd like you dying either, so. Alright, so we went around the block, literally the block, one block down, one block up, and so on. Found a cool smooth hill. But I wanted to share with you guys some of the things just to be aware of as you're outside exercising and practicing rollerblading. If you are younger, remember to get your parents' permission before skating off too far. That was something I was notorious for, you know, 1 block, 2 block, 3 block, woo! So make sure you have your parents' permission. If you're an adult out skating, practice safe habits, be aware of your environment, remember the different ways of stopping based off of what terrain you're skating, and have fun. Hope you guys all stay healthy and strong through this time. Till next time, keep the blade alive. Aloha.